the concept of body leveraging, I think translates to wrestling at all levels, youth, middle school, high school, college, and now for me, international. I've been watching, a lot more international wrestling as I get older, and I see body leveraging constantly. Just a lot of the basic concepts, watching people shoot, going heel toe knee, pushing off their back leg, a straight wrist, all these terms that are synonymous with body leveraging are seen at all levels. And I think it's something I really noticed in college, especially just in my own coaches. When I was at Campbell University, Kerry Colott was my head coach, one of the best U.S. wrestlers all time, world medals, everyone knows his story. But I would just watch him wrestle, and clearly, he's never been taught body leveraging or, even really coached with Carolyn in the same way. But a lot of the movements he would do resembled body leveraging. Everything he did was with the straight wrist. Every time he shot, his knees were apart at 90 degrees. All these concepts, you just see at the highest level. And now when I watch these international wrestlers, I see it the same way. When I watch the best wrestlers in the United States, it's the same way. So that to me is where you could see how applicable body leveraging is and being in the correct body position while you wrestle, and how it goes such a long way into being, one of the best wrestlers in the world, country, etc. And I think what makes, Carolyn so special is now she's teaching it in a way that can standardize it. I think before, a lot of this stuff was by feel. With a lot of these great wrestlers, they just intuitively knew that a straight wrist is stronger than a bent wrist, just from so many repetition hours in the practice mat. They just kind of learned subconsciously. Whereas Carolyn, in her unique brain, she's able to see it and put it in this standardized way where, you could teach a 6-year-old from day one when they first walk in how to wrestle based on body leveraging, and you're putting their body in the exact position. So they don't need to go through this trial and error process. Obviously, it'll be trial and error in their practices, but they're being put in the correct body position right away, or at least what it looks like, so they can learn to mimic that, and they can build kind of, those neural pathways and build in their wrestling. And that's where I see, being able to put this body leveraging Carolyn's brain on film will be so beneficial to wrestlers, across the country. For me, I was never living close to Carolyn. When I was in high school and first started training with wrestling prep and with Carolyn, she was up in San Jose, and I was in Southern California. It was about a 6-hour drive, 6.5. So I never really got, day in, day out instruction. So this would have benefited me greatly, putting all of this on film, something I could have referenced, day in, day out, where I know I was getting the latest of what Carolyn's been teaching and what they've been working on. So that's why I'm super excited for this project, to finally put the concepts behind body leveraging and just the specific movements of body leveraging on tape.